Hello and welcome to this video. I am Karunesh Jori, and in this C programming tutorial video, we will be looking at control flow statements and functions. The starting question is, what is a statement in C programming language? A statement is an expression terminated by a semicolon. Now, there is a concept of a block. By definition, a block is a collection of zero or more statements. Blocks with zero statement or empty blocks are rare. A block with a single statement is also rare, but sometimes a necessity, as you will see in an example in this video. Normally, blocks have multiple statements. A block and a single statement have the same status from the syntax point of view. Wherever you can put a statement, you can put a block in its place. Blocks also define a scope of variables. A variable defined in a block is an automatic variable and has scope in that block. For example, if we define a variable I inside a block, its scope as well as lifetime is from the point of definition to the closing brace of the block. The if statement is for two-way decision making based on the value of expression. If expression, statement 1, else statement 2. If expression evaluates as non-zero, that is true, statement 1 is executed. Otherwise, statement 2 is executed. Of course, both statement 1 and statement 2 can be a single statement or a block. The else part is optional, so you can just have if expression statement. We have seen that if has two statements and either of these can be another if statement. For example, consider this code. This is a case of nested if. There is the outer if statement and one of the statements of this if is another if statement. Now there is a single else. Is this else a part of outer if or the inner if? That is, will this code print 2 or nothing? The indentation suggests the intention to make else a part of outer if. But compilers are impervious to indentation and don't know anything about intention. The compilers go by the syntax, and the syntax says an else is to be paired with the most recent if. So else is paired with the inner if, and there is no output. To pair else with the outer if, we need to put braces around the inner if. This is a case where a block contains only one statement and a block is necessary. In fact, it is always a good idea to put braces around inner if statements in nested ifs so that the compiler will see things the way you do. If-else if construct is a special case of nested if where the else part has another if statement. It is a kind of cascading chain, and as soon as an expression for an if evaluates non-zero or true, the statements below are executed and the execution of if-else if construct is over. If-else if is used to implement multi-way decisions which have more than two results. For example, suppose we have a grading system like marks 90 to 100 A plus, 80 to 89 A, 70 to 79 B, 60 to 69 C, 50 to 59 D, 40 to 49 E, and 0 to 39 F grade. And based on marks, we want to find the grade. We can find the grade using if-else if construct, where the mark interval for a grade is the conditional expression in each if statement. The last else is none of the above, sort of impossible case which indicates either error in input or a bug in the program. The switch statement is like if-else if and is used to implement a multi-way decision. The decision is based on the value of integer expression. Inside the braces, there are multiple case statements in the form case constant. For each case, there are statements to be executed. So, if the integer expression evaluates to constant 1, the statements opposite to case constant 1 are executed, and if the expression evaluates to constant 2, the statements opposite to case constant 2 are executed, and so on. Then there is an optional default. The default is like none of the above case, and the control comes here if the integer expression does not evaluate equal to any of the constants listed with case statements. The cases and the default can occur in any order. Often, a break statement is put after statements for a case so that the control flow breaks off and goes to the closing brace. However, if you do not put a break statement, the control falls through. For example, consider this program. This is a program to print number of days in a month. The function days in month returns the days based on a month and whether it is a leap year. The processing is same for January, March, May, July, August, October and December. In all these cases, the number of days as 31 is to be returned. So the control flow fall through the months January, March, May, July, August, October and December is desirable. Similarly, the control flow fall through in months that return 30 days is also nice. The break statements are not necessary as the return works like a super break and returns the control flow to the calling function. If we run this program, we get the following output. A loop is a repetitive execution of a part of code based on some condition being true. There are three kinds of loops in C: the while loop, the for loop, and the do-while loop. The while loop is of the form while expression statement. At the start of each iteration, the expression is evaluated. If the expression evaluates non-zero, the statement is executed. Otherwise, the loop terminates. The statement can be a single statement or a block. The while loop is the basic loop and is most heavily used loop in C. The for loop has three expressions. It has an explicit initialization part at the start of the loop and an increment part at the end of each iteration. The first expression is the initialization part. The second expression is the condition that must evaluate non-zero for an iteration to take place. And the third expression is the increment part. When the loop starts, expression 1 is evaluated. Then expression 2 is evaluated. If expression 2 evaluates as non-zero, the iteration starts. Otherwise, the loop terminates. At the end of each iteration, expression 3, the increment part, is evaluated. The equivalent code using the while loop is expression 1, while expression 2, statement, expression 3. Any of the expressions can be omitted, but the semicolons must be present. The for loop is well suited for processing a fixed number of items like the elements of an array. The third loop, the do-while loop, is unique in the sense that checking of the condition for the loop is done at the end of an iteration. So the do-while loop executes at least one iteration. At the end of an iteration, the expression is evaluated, and if it evaluates as non-zero, the next iteration is done. Otherwise, the loop terminates. Another unusual aspect is the semicolon at the end of do-while loop. The do-while loop is used much less than the while or for loops, but it is important and easy to use, especially when you want to do at least one iteration, regardless of the value of the conditional expression. The break statement. Suppose the program control flow is inside a while, for, or a do-while loop, or a switch statement, and a break statement is encountered. The control flow goes to the next statement after the closing brace of the construct. The break statement is very useful to exit a loop or switch statement immediately as soon as you realize the work is over. The continue statement starts a fresh iteration of the current innermost while, for, or a do-while loop. For while and do-while loops, the control flow goes immediately to the opening brace of the loop. In case of for statement, the increment expression 3 is evaluated and the control flow goes to the opening brace of the for statement. A C program comprises of global data and functions. A function has local data and code to do some work. Since a C program comprises of multiple functions, often defined in multiple files, we can say a function is a unit of program. There has to be a main function in a C program. The program execution starts with a main function. C is a procedural programming language. It supports modular programming methodology well. A system is broken down into independent modules. Each module has data and programs. Each program is broken down into global data and procedures for providing the functionality required of the program. A procedure is a function in the C programming language. A function is of the form return type, function name, then parameter 1, parameter 2, etc. Then there is local data and code inside a function. Most functions return a value which can be used by the calling function in expressions. Some functions do not return a value. They are just there for the processing they do on arguments and global variables. Such functions are said to have a return type void. In C language, the function parameters are passed by value. This means that the called function has a private copy of the arguments passed on the stack. If the arguments are modified in the function, the corresponding variables are not affected in the calling function. What happens if we want the called function to modify variables in the calling function? Well, if we want to do that, we need to pass a pointer to the concerned variable. Using the pointer, the called function can update the concerned variable in the calling function. As an example, we will write a function x power y which raises x to the power y. Both x and y are non-negative integers. Let x be the base number and y the power. And let factor be 1. If power is even, we can divide power by 2 and square the base number. If power is odd, we multiply factor by the base number and decrement power by 1. So power is decreasing and it becomes 1 after some time. We multiply factor by the base number and get the result. And this is the code. Since we are defining the function x power y after its usage in the main function, we need to declare it. A function declaration gives the return value type, function name, and the type of parameters in parentheses and is terminated by a semicolon. A function declaration is also known as function prototype. We can compile and run this program and we get the expected results. Recursion is the practice of specifying a concept in terms of itself. For example, we can specify natural numbers as 1 is the first natural number. The successor of a natural number is the next natural number. In programming, when a function calls itself, it is said to be working recursively. Recursive solutions are generally more compact, elegant, and intuitive. As a function calls itself, the stack grows with each call. So, if a recursion does not terminate and a function calls itself too many times, there is the risk of stack overflow. An equivalent iterative solution is free from this risk. As an example, consider the solution to the problem of computing the factorial of a number. The factorial is denoted by the exclamation mark and is defined for a non-negative number n as if n is equal to 0, factorial n is 1. If n is greater than 0, factorial n is n multiplied by factorial n minus 1. And the function for defining factorial is quite simple. And we come to the end of this video. You can find all this information at https://tinyurl.com/c-tutorial3. Please subscribe to my channel and share this video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care and stay safe.